What's happening, folks? Back with another reaction, back with some more Kylie Minogue as we continue through this select journey curated by Robert. Big shout out to you. And we are up to the final tune in the select folder for her 1990 album Rhythm of Love. And this is one which apparently a number of folks were asking about or are familiar with. Maybe it is one of her major hits. And given the way that Mark said there would be outrage if this was not part of this select folder, I'm guessing it is one of her more popular tunes, a fan favorite. And that is What Do I Have to Do? Now this is listed as the 7-inch mix, so I don't know how this will differ from any other mixes that are out there, but yes, ultimately, what do I have to do? It sounds like a rhetorical question, a question that is asked out of exasperation, or indeed declared essentially out of exasperation. Like, what do I have to do? I do this and that, and still I do not achieve the desired result, or difficulties keep coming my way despite me dealing with them or deftly maneuvering around them. So yeah, on the surface, on the page, it looks like the kind of question you say aloud, not really wanting an answer, but almost as a complaint to whatever has been happening in contradiction to what might be expected. So maybe that has nothing to do with it. Let's listen and see what I can pick up. This is Kylie Minogue. The track is What Do I Have to Do? And as I said, this is listed as the 7-inch mix, but apparently the song comes from her 1990 album Rhythm of Love.
Tell me that
some major early 90s dance vibes in a great way. And a very long fade out for that matter. But yeah, okay, like number one, it's definitely a dance floor type tune. There's a lot of snare. The snare's really popping away in the background and, flourishing and rolling. And then definitely there's some different keyboard layers. There's, this nice keyboard layer that has a lot of texture. And then like halfway through it brought in that extra layer. And that had a true piano kind of sound in a way that reminds me of a lot of like really early dance, like underground type music, which would have these keyboard riffs, which again would sound like they were in a true piano kit. So yeah, it reminded me of some of that early 90s dance music that, again, when it comes to the rave scene, that's before my time. I didn't start going to parties till 96. And by then, the trance and techno that I became a big fan of had grown out of some of these earlier styles. But it reminds me of some of the tracks, the grandfather tunes, if you will, that I've heard from like 91 and 92. But this is, of course, a little bit before that. And then secondarily, there was like a male vocal sample in there, and there's some added elements that, give it a bit of like, maybe not like DJ culture, but it feels kind of like, dance party, not just like a dance tune, but a track that, again, and I guess, 7-inch mix, maybe that's unique to this version, or maybe, again, this is just reflective of the remix or like 7-inch, 12-inch mix culture that I know at this point is like very early days, but is maybe beginning to flourish, and maybe Kylie was on the, sort of cutting edge of that. Either way, I do enjoy what I caught from the lyrics, like, because at first she's saying, like, don't tell me it's no use. That's my excuse. It's like, oh, wait, so maybe this is like, she's trying to get through to someone. She's trying to, penetrate through this difficulty. And in that respect, I suppose it still might be a rhetorical question in the manner I was thinking up front, but less so. The idea that she's literally asking this other person, what do I have to do to convince you to go for this, to let me through, and to know that, you don't have to be wary, you don't have to think, is this just something where, she wants a night of passion and then she's out of here. She's saying, what do I have to do to let you know that I really love you? Now, she is talking about how he can ignite this passion in her heart that seemingly no one else does. So, like, she's saying, like, yeah, this is something that I'm excited by, that I've got fire for, but she also seems to be saying, don't be scared of this, don't turn away from this, don't, dismiss it out of hand as like, wow, it's not really going to work, it's of no use. So that's what I took away from it, that she's really trying to get through to someone, but apparently up until the moment of the song, she's been unable to fully do that, to at least to her level of satisfaction and enjoyment. So yeah, it sounds like it's an ongoing story, but here an all-out declaration of intent and persistence is being indicated. But yeah, again, fun early 90s dance vibe. Her voice sounds great. So yeah, it's in a really good place. I do wonder, of course, again, if there's some notably different versions of this. Once again, thank you to Robert for the Kylie journey. Let me know what you think, and I will see you next time. Peace.